Good morning, everyone. What's up? How's everybody's morning going? Afternoon, evening, whatever time you guys are watching this. Today's the day. Today's the damn day, man. If I didn't get that Rona a few weeks back, it would have been done that week. But unfortunately, it didn't come to fruition. So today we are doing the TRUHART Coilovers and the SPC camber kit on the CRV. Let me take this off for a second. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. It's currently -9 right now. It's freezing, cold as balls. Letting the CRV warm up. And then I'm gonna go get a coffee and an English muffin. And we're gonna make our way to Mercer's. And then I'm gonna try to sneak this in as well. If you know, you know. If you watched the last vlog. So, let's kick this day's ass, this vlog's ass, and get it in gear. And I'll see you guys at the shop. Yeah, here's a little rant for the morning. You know when everything's going on time, you're on schedule, everything's going good, and then one little thing screws you guys right up. For me, that one little thing is going to the Tim Hortons right around the corner from my house. You know, by now I should know not to go there in the mornings, but you know, the convenience of it's right there. And man, I don't know how you can go from being the first person to order to being the last person to receiving your stuff. Every single goddamn time. Come on, Tim Hortons. Sponsor your boy. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys at the shop. As you guys can see, nice sunny, almost blinding. I'm gonna be hopping on the highway. Probably do a little send with the CRV. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll probably do a little send with the CRV. Keep you guys in the car for that. Early morning scents, you gotta love them, boys, you gotta love them. We're at the shop. We've just been vibing, me and the homie Mercer. Look at that handsome face. Look at that handsome face.
Yeah, man. Check out this S2K behind it.
Yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. So, you all know I'm a big spoon fanatic. So, the homie Singbelt picked himself up a fucking spoon S2000. Look at this thing, guys. It's in here for I think some little maintenance that Mercer's got to do on it. Nothing crazy. But bro, this fucking car is beautiful. Like,
whoop, excuse me.
I can picture myself buying one of these one day where I'm like 100 pounds lighter, where I'll fit in it. Like, dude, this thing's gorgeous, man. It's definitely one of the nicest S2Ks. Gonna look wicked, bro. But enough S2000 talk. This is about a fucking CRV, bro. Yeah, we're making the V. Okay, so the lowering springs, right good. Right good. Only problem, and the reason I'm going coilovers now is because my front struts are completely shot. Yeah. And in the last video, when we did the energy bushings, Mercer even told you guys he was able to compress the shock by hand. There's nothing. Because it's so cold outside right now, the car actually drove beautiful because the strut is cold, it's frozen, it's not sloppy. On warmer weather, it gets sloppy. Like 2 days ago, it was really warm and the car it sucked. But don't think that having lowering springs, the car runs horrible. If your shocks are good, like I have the KYBs in the back and the back is amazing. If you have good struts still, lowering springs is perfect if you're on a budget. But my goal was always to do coilovers, and as you guys can see, we have the TRUHARTs right over here. Mercer already did the anti-seizing on all of them, because if you guys remember when I did the suspension on the EL, Kevin gave me shit because there was a spot on the strut that I missed anti-seize, and this guy loves anti-seize on his suspension. It's proven. It's proven. It gives you longevity, and it doesn't ruin not the coils, the threads. sorry, the threads on the coils. So yeah, got the SBC camber kit for the rear so we can straighten that out, because my whole thing is I want to raise up the back end. I love how slammed it is, but me personally, because I have the kids and everything and I lug my work stuff, I want to raise it back up on the back. So that's why we went with the coils. And I've heard mixed reviews on them. I gotta shout out the Plug and his team for getting us the TRUHARTs in a wicked amazing time. I know that TRUHART had to assemble them and make them, so super pumped for that. I know he's pumped for that.
Yeah, we're gonna put them in and join us for this ride.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move some cars around and bring in the V. Let's get to it, man.
All right. Alright boys, and this is our camber kit from SBC. Big shout out to the Plug as always for getting everything we always need. You guys hit up garage16.ca, his website. I think his new website already, or they fixed some of the issues, but I know they're transferring to a new server and all that, so their website is going to be performing even better. So if you guys are in another country and you want amazing parts at amazing prices, garage16.ca, that's the guy.
No, I think it's .com.
.com now? No, he's got a .com for the US site.
Okay.
And he's got a US site and he's got a Canadian site.
Yes.
So
if you're on the other side of the world and you want US prices, use .com.
Yeah.
So Canadian prices, use .ca.
Yeah. He's trying to help out the world in the car community because this guy just loves cars. And yeah, give your boy a follow on Instagram and show some support. As you guys can see, we got the V over here. Mercer's just got to push it over just a touch. Yes.
Measurements happening here.
Okay, so basically where the front is,
okay,
I like that.
All right, so
I like where the front, right?
Yeah, it's close to a tuck.
That's because it's on the winter tires.
Okay.
With the Type R's, we still had a little bit of a gap, right? Which is good because I'm going to go with the meatier tire. Remember, I had a smaller tire on the Type R's. That's what came with it, right? Mm-hmm. On the back, I want to bring it up, right? We want to bring it up because even with the 1-inch spacers on the Type B's, it sits like this. It's really tight over here. Okay. So we can't put the camber and we can't adjust the camber because it's going to rub on the fender liner.
Correct.
Right? So I want to bring it up like almost like a semi-rake, like how we have on the Spooniest one.
Yeah.
Right? So that way...
That's what I was just going to say. Like, if you look at the body lines of this vehicle...
It wants to rake forward.
Correct. So
yeah.
This thing, I believe... Well, I'm going to give it what it deserves.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do.
100%.
So I'm going to give it a rake. We're going to camber it outwards and give you enough clearance.
Alright guys, so here we have the KYB strut with the Skunk 2 RSX rear lowering spring. And then over here, we have our stock strut, as you guys can see, with the Skunk 2 lowering spring. I will be posting these springs along with the rear strut for sale. So if you guys are interested, hit me up on Instagram. And we're going to be removing this and adding the adjustable one so we can fix all that camber. And then at a later date, closer to spring, I'll just do the control arm in the rear. It's not a big need for it at the moment, and then we're definitely going to upgrade this rear sway bar on the CRV. Hey guys, like how we always say, anti-seize everything. We just took apart the SBC camber kit well, this one side, we took it out and anti-seized the threads, screwed back in. Now we're going to be doing the same exact thing to this one, so that way they don't seize up and you're always able to adjust your camber and your ride height, obviously, so nothing ever seizes up and you have that mobility to adjust it whenever you want to change your stance setup. So key thing, guys, always anti-seize everything. So off camera we took the bolts, which are all over here. No, here. And as you guys can see, the key anti-seize makes life so much easier. It really does. But as you guys, we did that off camera because we were having this amazing conversation about wanting to move to Florida. All right, guys. So we got Kevin just doing a preset to work with once we install it on, so he has an idea where he wants it, and then from there we do the final measurements.
That's the idea.
The idea. Beautiful struts, man. TRUHART, you make some beautiful coilovers.
Close.
Pretty close. Pretty close to the stock strut.
Yeah. So let's see. Close to it. My dad another inch so we get some more clearance as of installation.
All right, boys. The one downside with these TRUHARTs is, like, unlike the K-Tunes, the K-Tune actually give you nice new nuts and everything like that. So we have to reuse our nuts.
Pause.
Yep. Reuse our nuts. And then just put that in. Put the tie rod back on. That, guys, you put the 22 back in to hold it in. And then you guys can start going back to clipping this back into here. And then we can grab the tie rod after we cut this zip tie, and then put the tie rod. Hopefully we don't have the same issue where we had with the K-tuned one, where it was stripped and it wasn't going into the hole. Guys, just so you guys are well informed, sorry.
This is how it sits. It's just like this on your OEM strut, all right? And your ABS sensor connects here and here, right, as a stationary mount. And then the wire goes into the hub. Right, so these are the little ears that TRUHART made, and they'll never work. We've tried different styles, so even if I put it like this, it stresses the line too much and then it rubs. So the whole thing is like, TRUHART, what the heck were you guys thinking? And what bracket are you supposed to use? And if you're supposed to use a different bracket, where is it? Where is it? All right, that's the first thing. Second, if you are going to use a different bracket and you guys aren't supposed to, or aren't supplying it, put it down on your instructions. I've read the instructions. There's no mention to that at all. So, bad. So, we're not using this. We're just going to remove these guys, remove this guy, and we're just going to zip tie it to our brake hose. But we're going to, we don't just want to zip tie it to our brake hose, because then we can potentially pinch the brake hose or some sort of failure down the line. So we don't want to do any of that. We're going to put something else over it and then zip tie this to that something else. We'll show you exactly what we're going to do. And then the other thing is, if you see the line, it actually rubs right here. So over time, it's going to vibrate, boom, 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 and it's going to get cut. So what we got to do is bend this guy out a little bit. Move it away from the spindle. You see, it's free. Vibrations ain't gonna touch.
So I'm gonna let Kevin explain this.
This is what we've done after that whole bracket situation. We just grabbed regular hose, emissions, fuel hose, whatever hose you guys have. And like I said, you don't want to just zip tie this guy to here, because with vibrations you can cut your brake hose and you're going to compromise it. So let's put a slice inside the hose so you can open it up, slide it over, and that's it. It's just going to sit like that, and then we're going to zip tie that guy there, and look how clean it is.
Yep. Also, we did take off the part of the caliper and turn it around so that way it wasn't tangled up, it ran more straight.
So before the line, how the lines were ran from OEM was the brake caliper came this way and the ABS line went this way. So it crossed over each other. So what I did was I took out this bolt, took out the caliper bolts, lifted the ABS line and fished the caliper through. So I untangled it and now ran them in parallel or in sync, whatever you want to call it. And that's how it's going to sit. Nice and clean. There's no tension, and it can, well, I have that guy on, but it can turn the radius right or left, no problems whatsoever. So
beautiful.
That's what we were looking for, and I just saw something. Made in the USA. Dude, is that a hint or what? I don't know, man. It might happen.
I think we gotta go to Florida, bro.
I think it might happen.
But it's a little mishap that on TruHart's part. Alright, boys. The front is all done. As you guys can see, right over there, we have clearance between the brake line. Mercer put the padding, zip tied it, not too tight because you don't want to pinch the brake line. And coulter pins are all back in. So the front is done. We're gonna move to the rear. And then once that's all done, that's when we work on the final height measurements, and we can book an appointment to go get an alignment done at ABM. They have an amazing alignment machine, and that'll be pretty much it for the suspension until we get the sway bar for the rear and the TruHart rear control arms. All right, boys. So in the rear and the inside of the CRV, you'll see these panels. This is where you're gonna have to get to the two bolts on the top to drop the strut, and then you'll see there's another one over here. I believe no, this one doesn't have the twist on like the Ford Escape, but you just put a flathead right where the marking is, and you pop it out and get to it.
That's it. We continue with the rest of the suspension. I just came here and I addressed the rear camber kit. And a quick guideline, guys. This is the OEM one, right? There's our adjustment, and we want to start with where we were for our OEM length, and nothing better than using your OEM as a guide. So this is how I do it. Really simple. And then adjusting from here.
Yep.
So adjusting from here as in like I start to go out or I go in.
Depending whatever it is we need. So in this case, we're gonna go out to take away camber.
Correct. So this is the guide, the old guide.
All right, guys, that is the rear right strut that we pulled out.
Wow. So this guy would actually be like this is bottomed out, so it would actually be tucking more. So now we're gonna
do the opposite
this here as our general guideline and pull it out.
Yeah. So almost the same height, eh?
Almost close to it.
This is just a slight bit lower right now.
From here to here. So we're gonna get us some
height now.
Some height. That's definitely not working. I need a third arm.
What better than our trusty vise? Alright, boys, so Kevin's getting ready to put the new camber arm in. I'm gonna pass him the brand new bolt that came with the camber arm. And we already went ahead and anti-seized
the OEM one comes with a nut, so you're supposed to use that nut on the end here.
Yes.
Like the fork. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, we got you, man. So, yep. Hasta la vista, baby. Into the trash you go.
Into the trash they went.
So, that being said, yep. Look at that. Very nice. Beautiful. Alright, guys. So, with the assist of a hammer, because it's a tight spot here because of the evap crap, just give it a little bang in. Bolt goes in. Strut. Now, we're going to have to lift up. And then put the two nuts on the inside, and then that's it. Alright, guys, so with the assist of a jack, which makes it a lot easier because you still gotta jack that up to tighten the two bolts in the inside of the trunk. and just jack it up a touch. Kevin got the camber arm bolted up to the spindle, and now as you guys can see, that bracket that came with the SPC camber arm, we just gotta put the 2 clips back into the holes. Oops. And then concentrate on bolting up the strut inside. And
yeah, but don't do what I just did. I made a mistake. I put the bracket on this side, and it's actually supposed to be on that side. Bam, bam, bam.
I want you guys to take this in. Like, how much nicer having fresh struts, camber arms, all the way around. Just, it gives it a nice look inside the wheel wells. Wouldn't you agree, homie? Look at that, it's beautiful. I'm already getting super excited for this thing. I can't wait for spring. I want to put the Type-Bs on. And then with the wing over there after. Guys, killer. Alright guys, Kevin has officially bolted this side up.
This side is done.
And as you can see, this is where you have to tackle this other bolt right here, because it's really pain in the ass to get it to. So it helps just folding the seats down and then put the cover back on, and you're golden, guys. Golden.
One side's done.
That's our header right there for the CRV. Give you guys a little sneak peek. Mercer's gonna kill it when he does the exhaust on this thing. But guys, that's done. Now well, we're not gonna do it yet because we're gonna replicate everything on this side onto the other side. But then now, with that being said, he fixed the bracket. You just clip it back in.
Flipped it backwards. But here you go. You see? Can you see that?
Yep. Oh, we can see it.
It's
right here.
No, see over here.
Oh, I see it right here. I see it.
See how it's touching right there?
Yeah.
We have to chop that. SPC?
No. Almost perfect.
Almost.
So we just gotta cut that one little piece off. That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna grind that down.
Alright, boys. It's like deja vu. I don't know. Maybe it's the 7th gen thing, but I got Kevin here, so I'm not stressed. So it's like the EL. It just raised itself a lot. We're back to stock, so we know we have a lot of room to play with. So
yeah, the front can go way higher than what it is. The rear, it's maxed out
for height.
Height-wise, yeah. So we can go down. So we're gonna go down.
A touch on the rear, more on the front. We're gonna give it more of a rake look. Correct?
Correct.
Correct.
So I'll probably go 1 inch in the rear and probably 1.5 inches in the front.
Yeah, which will be good because it's winter time, so you'll have that nice clearance. Because driving it with these, I did have a lot of issue with the snow. When it did snow, you'd hear it like hitting the liners hard and shit.
So that's what I was gonna say. So with these tires here, I can see that these tires here are they're a tire that will accumulate and pick up a lot of snow.
Yes.
So with it picking up a lot of snow, you're going to fill in that wheel gap or wheel well with snow. So we'll only drop it a little bit. Like that, you have the best vehicle clearance for the
winter
snow.
And then
winter, yeah.
Come spring, when we come put the Type-Bs on, we can adjust it
can
lower.
Go low, down.
Nice and low.
You'll be happy. But yeah, look, even with it settling right now, it's already kind of going down.
Yeah. Alright boys, whoa, that was zoomed in. So Mercer did some adjustments and we're gonna see where we're sitting at right now. I mean, I like the rear. I like the rear where it's at.
It's good.
Yeah, that like, dude, there's enough clearance that whatever snow or anything, you know what I mean? Even for daily use, because you know how I have the heavy work stuff, my gear, all the stuff I store in the trunk.
Yeah.
There's
that's good.
That's perfect there. Our front, I think our front can come down in what, another inch?
Yeah.
I'd say another inch.
Yeah, jump in.
Sounds good. Gives me time to change this battery. Alright guys, this is the final height we're going with on the front. And obviously you guys already see the rear. We're good. Come springtime, lower it some more, put the typeys back on, and we're Gucci. Isn't that right? Boo boo kitty fuck. Alright guys, so I took the car for a drive. The suspension feels amazing. I have zero complaints about the ride. The ride is comfortable as hell. Takes the shocks good. Alto, take care, bro. So we brought it back. Suspension started settling. I'll show you guys right now. As you guys can see, the back's settled really nice, and the front still on the touch high side. So what Kev wants to do now is go up 1/2 inch on the rear and come down about 1/2 inch on the front. So basically reverse the setup. And I think we will be golden after that. So that's why it's always important to go for a drive after you set it, let it sit, and then you can get your final prognosis after that. Alright guys, this is the final result. So we came up more on the rear because the rear was going lower. So now we went up about 1/2 inch on the rear, and we went down about 1/2 inch on the front. So it's raking forward like how we want it, and it's going to stay that way when it settles. And then obviously in the summertime, or spring, sorry, when we put the typeys back on, if we have to make adjustments, we will make adjustments. But I think we're good for the rest of the season of the winter. What do you think, Kev?
Yeah, I like it. I think you should go for another drive because it could potentially move again. This is what happens when you're not familiar with a set of suspension. So let's go for a drive and see how it settles.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
That's going to be it for this video. Guys, like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next vlog. We still have some other mods we got to do on this thing. I got to bring it in to do the full exhaust. Definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Got to order some bends and some piping, and we're good to go. So we're going to schedule a day, and then we'll see you in the next vlog.
Alright guys, have a good one. Thanks for joining us.
Peace.
Ciao.